Yeah, very difficult game. I think we started the game probably not the best. I think they probably dominated the first 10, 15 minutes of the game. Maybe something that we could expect, obviously changing the coaching and stuff. I think from there we got control of it, and the players really pushed for it. I think, again, it was one of those games. We needed one detail to make the difference. I think we dominated every aspect, the possession, the shots, the chances, the expected goals, but today we didn't find that moment of magic. I think we had some very good chances to score. We didn't, but we obviously kept a clean sheet, something that we take a lot of pride, and I can only say positive things from the team. I think the players are giving 200%. At the moment, we're having obviously a lot of players that are not available, that are still restricted, and today we have 3 defenders nearly filling a gap in there fantastically well again. Like, everyone is really pushing together, so I can only have words of recognition from for the team, because it's a difficult situation and they are performing, working hard for each other, and today that little bit, I think we had some very good chances on the first half, some very good chances in the second, especially obviously that last one at the end would have been very special with obviously Mac, but yeah, sometimes it's what it is, 0-0. We at one point, I think 2 weeks ago we were second from bottom, today we are third, so I think it's credit to the fantastic work everyone is putting in.
Questions for Juan? Pardeep?
Hi, Pardeep Khatri, CBS Sports. I have 2 questions for you, actually. One, you were talking about the coaching change for Chicago. Do you feel like maybe that opening 15 minutes of the game that you were talking about, did you feel like the team was caught by surprise? And then, yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, not really by surprise. I think what they did with Mac was very similar to what they were doing. I think we started a little bit sloppy technically. I think the first ball we almost consider a chance when the ball comes and I think goes through Bruce's legs, and that put us maybe a little bit nervous. But I think after that, they were very clear in the game plan. They wanted to be very direct, find those second balls. Obviously, Ludmila is a very quick player. We knew what they could present and try to hurt us in transition. So I think it was more down to us to start a little bit, I think still last week it was intense. Players are coming back. Obviously, now we were changing partnerships. We had to change the midfield, we had to change the back line, we had to change the forward line. So it always, we lost Gaby Portillo, we lost Jess, so we had to fill in with Neely. So the whole team really changed in every unit, not because we want it, but because we have to, and that takes a little bit of time when it comes to the competition. And I think once they got that there, then I think the team did really well, to be honest. So a bit gutty that we didn't get the 3 points, but again, it's a positive 1 point. We got obviously a couple of points or 1 point from the top teams, and we keep going.
And I'm glad you mentioned all the rotations, because that was my other question. Taryn wasn't here earlier, I think, and she was the one that said everybody sort of is built to play every position or lots of positions. Can you just elaborate on that, and especially why that's useful now, considering the injuries and everything else that's impacting your team selection?
Yeah, I think the way we play, especially with so many rotations, moving, exchanging of roles, and how we do the stuff on the defensive side and what we call a structure, I think everyone is ready to play on different positions, because especially the longer they've been with the team, the more they've done it themselves, so they end up on those positions. I think Taryn obviously has been with us 3 years. The first year, obviously, she missed most of it with the ACL, but she was still around of everything. Last year, so I think she played 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, so she's quite used to that. This year, we're trying to keep her a little bit more on the 6, and yeah, I think it's something that I'm very proud of the team, of how everyone is able to help in whatever is required and still perform at a very high level, while we have, new people, especially very young players, adapting to the team and the style. Today was the professional debut for Sophia Cook. I think it was the home debut for Mac. And, I think, still Sarah, Lily, we have a lot of players that they are on the first professional game, on the 5, 6, 6 professional game, taking a lot of responsibility, and they're doing a fantastic job now.
Hi, Juan.
Hello.
I was just wondering if you could elaborate a little bit on, you just mentioned Sophia Cook getting kind of battling injury at the beginning of the season, but finally getting to kind of make that rookie debut today.
Yeah, I think she's a very special player. She's doing fantastically well at training. Finally, it's been she traveled to Seattle and picked up an injury there on the match day -1, so it was a muscle injury. So it was a little bit difficult that road to recovery, and she was doing really well in pre-season. She's a midfielder with a fantastic technical ability. I think today you could see some glimpses of it, how she tries to play forward, turn on difficult situations. Kind of we joke internally because she used to play a lot of futsal, so she's very technical, So yeah, we're very excited to have her with us, but obviously it's a difficult moment to come on the game, and the legs people is tired, and you're making your debut, and she could have perfectly helped us to win the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it, but very, very happy for her and for the team.
Hi, Coach. Thank you so much for being here. I had a question about your thoughts on today's defensive performance. As you mentioned earlier, the team had great performance on that end as well. The Stars as well. It was kind of shut on both sides and ending with a goalless draw. But I was wondering if you can kind of elaborate on some of the things that you were working on defensively today, and maybe a little bit more on Anne-Katrine's performance as well.
Yeah, I think very good job, the team defensively today. I think we limited, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have a total of 4 shots, which in obviously more than 100-minute game is something that is good. I think we, maybe at the beginning of the game we were a little bit under, a little bit more pressure, but not a lot. And I think from that, I think we conceded 1 shot in transition in that fantastic play from Jasmine Joseph. But yeah, I think the commitment from everyone to defend together, that's part of our DNA. I think Anne was fantastic. She picked up a little bit of an injury last week where, somebody stepped on her toes or on her foot, and it was a difficult week for her, and she still performed at a very high level today. And it's never easy, Like today, we asked Neely to play, on the left side of the centre back. It's not her preferred position or side, and she was outstanding captain in the team. I can't really, the credit today. What I think the team defensively was fantastic. I think on the offensive side as well, we create some good chances. We just missed that little bit, that could have been probably a game 1-0, 2-1, and we will be talking a bit different, but very happy with the team,
Hi. So this weekend we saw 3 of the other top teams in the league lose and Gotham tie. I was wondering, what do you think this means for the parity of the league? And do you think the top 4 are still the top 4, or will things look different this season?
Well, I'm not sure. I think my experience in this league, obviously, last year was a little bit different to the 2 years before, where everything was super tight and super even. I'm just happy that my teams are always in that place in terms of being up there, because it's super competitive. I think for the league, I think it's good, because I think the more parity, the more fun, the more enjoyable it is, more people involved in the fight, and it's a good thing. Obviously for us, we want to win, so if the teams are on top of us lose, then it's always good. But I think it's just better for the league when it's more fun, when there is the more emotion or more exciting, it will be the word, when there is a lot of parity and things are decided in the last minutes, and it's more fun for the fans, no?
Peyton?
Hi, sorry, quick clarifying question on your just previous answer to the defensive question when you were speaking about the player that was playing on the left. Did you say Lily or Neely?
Neely was the left centre back, and then Lily was the full back,
Okay.
the 5 and the 3.
I thought I misheard you, so I was like, wait a second. I know the question didn't make sense to me.
I have a question from Zoom here, Juan, from Jenna Tonelli from Sports Illustrated, asking what you can share about Gabby Porcillo and Jess Carter.
Well, I think they are both muscle injuries that we are waiting to see how they evolve, and at this point we have to wait. We will see, because obviously there are 2 players that were being very important for us, and we still don't have fully other players, but we will see. I think Lily is doing really, really well on the left back position. I think last week she equalized the record of tackles in the last 10 years in the league, successful tackles for somebody so new. Today I think we had a scary moment that thankfully the VAR looked into it with that penalty. But yeah, I think she's been fantastic, and yeah, we will have to wait and see, because obviously we need them both. Obviously Jess is instrumental to us, because at the moment we have 3 defenders in the roster that are fit to play. So yeah, it's important that we get her back hopefully soon.
For the record, the NWSL does not have the capability to search this, but we think that Lily is the first player in league history to score an own goal, create an own goal with a cross, score a goal, and assist a goal.
In 7 games, for sure. No?
Incredible, yeah, incredible run of stats for Lily. Okay. We did get one more question. I was about to dismiss you here. From Asla from The Athletic. She just wanted to drill down a little more on both Sophia Cook making her debut. You've played 4 rookies so far. Obviously, Ryan is healthy again and was in the team. How many rookies do you want to have available to you for the summer with some of the tournaments coming up? And just your overall thoughts on this group as rookies.
Well, I think they are a very special group. I think they've come in with an amazing amount of talent and the right attitude to add to the group. I think we have, obviously we talk about Soph, Kaya as well, Mac, who is not a rookie from college, but I would say probably she categorized like that. And then we have obviously Lily and Sarah maybe playing a little bit more, showing, that they've been fantastic. And then we have also Stella, who's also coming from Ghana, and she's not really been a professional before. So we have a big number of players in that bracket. But I think all of them are, together with Ryan, doing fantastically well. They come every day with a special energy, a special drive to learn, a special drive to add on. I think, 4 of them played today, and they did really, really well. So for me, having that balance is important, and I think they are obviously exciting in the present, but even more in the future.
Algo más? Está bien?
All good?
Bom, acho que a gente teve um jogo difícil, um jogo muito de oportunidades. Ambas as equipes tiveram oportunidades. Acho que a gente poderia ter sido mais efetivo no terço final, e isso decidiria o jogo, e a gente precisa melhorar, a gente sabe disso, então é o que a gente vai trabalhar pro próximo jogo.
To say it was a very hard match. Both teams had a lot of opportunities, and they were not able to equalize or utilize the opportunities they have, and it's something they are looking for to get better, because they know they gotta get better in this next week for the next game.
Questions for Bru?
Hi, Pardeep Patrick, CBS Sports. You said it was a difficult match. What exactly did you find difficult about it? And can you also just speak again about the defensive performance?
Acho que a questão um pouco mais de conexão, e também o ganhar primeira e segunda bola seria muito importante nesse jogo, e foi um jogo onde a gente teve altos e baixos, oscilamos bastante. E isso foi o diferencial, porque fez com que a gente não conseguisse criar tanto. Também acho que mudar o lado do jogo e ser um pouco mais dinâmico, fazer o que o Juan sempre fala pra gente, que é mudar a velocidade do jogo. No momento a gente está construindo, e naquele momento rápido pra gente pegar o adversário desprevenido.
So it was more difficult in the part of having the first and second ball and holding the ball and creating more chance. Also switching up the game, they have a pretty hard time doing this today. Being more dynamic is something that Juan talks to them about all the time, so it was something that was missing for this game.
Hi, thank you so much for being here, Mega.
Thank you.
I know there were a lot of chances that both teams had to create goals, especially in that second half. So I'm curious, what made the difference, and what were kind of the struggles in breaking past the Stars' back line, especially when there were so many great chances in the last 10 minutes as well.
Só o final, não entendi.
ela falou que tipo, vocês tiveram muita chance no segundo tempo, principalmente, e tipo, vocês não estavam conseguindo passar a defesa. O que faltou para conseguir?
Acho que a gente ter um pouco mais de apoio ofensivo, as jogadoras estarem um pouco mais perto uma da outra e ter as movimentações um pouco mais rápidas. Acho que hoje a gente ficou um pouco passivo na nossa troca de passes, mas eu acho que a gente teve oportunidade sim, quebrando a última linha, mas faltou a finalização. Até tivemos a última oportunidade com a Mac e, enfim, foi uma boa defesa também da goleira do Chicago.
She mentioned that they had really good opportunities, but it was more finalizing those opportunities, which was really hard. They were able to break through sometimes Chicago's defense, but it was just like finalizing. They could not be able to do it, and it's creating like chemistry between the players, like going a fast move that they are used to do for the other games. So that was missing today.
I think obviously it wasn't our best performance, but I do think we kept a clean sheet and had some great saves. And I think going forward, it's just going to be about how we can find a way to get the ball in the back of the net.
Questions, everybody? Go ahead, Pardeep.
Hi, Pardeep Khatri, CBS Sports. It seemed like it was a challenging game, just sort of in the way Chicago set up. It felt maybe like they were, I don't know, maybe ultra defensive, for lack of a better term. Was that the feeling you got while playing in the game? What were your impressions of playing against them?
I think after the head coach change for them, like they came out really aggressive, really like intense, and I think we just struggled to win like second balls, first balls, and I think we're not really concerned on our side going forward, but I just think today we fell short in some of those duels.
Hi, thank you so much for taking the time. My name is Mega. I'm curious, your thoughts on if there were any expectations coming into this game, or kind of what your thoughts were moving forward, coming off of a great 3-game away, and if there were anything that you guys were expecting to see from the opposing side that was unexpected.
I think in terms of expectations, it's really just about the same thing for every game. We focus on our game plan, we focus on ourselves, what we're going to do, and we expect ourselves to win. Clean sheet. So I think we got the clean sheet, but we fell short on the win.
Hi, Amanda. I was just wondering what Gotham will take away from this match, and particularly if you've learned anything about what to do when you're facing a low block.
I think the NWSL, like, it shows any team can beat any team, and I think we just have to learn how to, like, keep the pressure on them, keep them in their half, find ways to be more mobile and, like, different varieties in the attacking third, and just keep the pressure on them in those moments and convert.
Anything else for Taryn? Go ahead, Pardeep.
Just following up on something you were saying earlier, you were talking about the coaching change. I'm just curious from your perspective, as an opponent, does it sort of change the game state a little? Is it like hard to sort of anticipate the reaction, or, I'm curious because you brought it up.
Just in our preparation, we knew that there was a coaching change that could be potential lineup change, personnel change, formation, but it didn't change anything for us going into the game. It was just focus on ourselves, focus on our game plan and what we do. So yeah.
We have a question from Zoom, and from Jenna Tonelli asking about how the formation changes impact your game plan with Chicago, and then also just shifting positions, what that is like working with Neely moving to center back and changing around a little bit.
I think with the way that we play, we call it structured fluidity. So like any player can play any position really, which is like the beauty of our team. So at some points I may end up out on the left, like looking like a left back, but I'm playing the 6. Neely sometimes drops down and looks like a center back, but she's a 6. And I think at the end of the day, it's really just about being good on the ball, and the game stays the same.